Moscow, Mokba, as they say, photographed by Boogie. 136 pages, published by Powerhouse Books in January 2019. I always associated Boogie as a black and white photographer. He does a lot of black and white. I mean, he's got a lot of projects with gangs in New York and drugs in New York City, from places like Queensbridge and Belgrade. He's got skinheads and a book. He's got projects on skinheads, but he's also got the book Belgrade Belongs to Me. That's when I first started looking at his work. Awadu Dem is I think it's his first colour book he did, and I started seeing a different side to the way he works. I loved that book, and it was about street photography and the people of downtown Kingston, Jamaica, I think. So this is his 7th book, Moscow. I think with his upbringing in Serbia, and there was a sort of an empathy with Moscow and Russians, and I think he wanted to visit and check it out and take some pictures. He does also a lot of commercial work for the Nike and Puma, a lot of black and white and a mix of colour as well. So he's a very successful photographer, and I like his work. Now, this is his new book, as I said, and I think there's a few things in it which I'm not keen on, but there's a lot of stuff which I absolutely love. And I think to really appreciate this book, you need to see the rest of the stuff. You need to go on, actually I would say, you look on his website and have a look at his Moscow stuff. There's a lot of stuff on his website which is not in here. He's quite influential with a lot of young 17-year-olds coming to him, mainly boys who like that sort of, associate themselves with that sort of street music, identity, tribalism, the drugs, the sort of gang culture. So it's quite interesting how the sort of 17, 18-year-old boy attaches themselves to that. And so what I'm saying is that I show his work a lot to these guys, and they seem to sort of take a lot of what he does on board with the design structure of his work and the randomness of his work and his subject matter. Now, why I bought this is because I love Moscow. I've been to Moscow. I've worked through Moscow. I had great times in Russia, and it sort of stuck in my head as a great place I've wanted to revisit in many ways, which I've done through other photographers like Boogie, Luke Delahaye, and other photographers, Peter Dench, and who I always sort of appreciate their style and take on Russia. So let's have a look through it. So what I was saying before is there was something which, if you know his work, you would see that some of this book is cropped, and I have to admit, I like his work. I love the Russia stuff. I think if you look at it in its other context out of the book, and you look at the individual pictures, there's some fantastic pictures. But what I'm lost with is the sort of randomness of this book and what it's trying to say. And I guess, judging by Boogie's written work on this and his text, is that this is the beginning stages. I mean, these pictures are just monumental. I mean, they're just beautiful, fantastic images. It really shows the diversity of people and places and culture and little things of Moscow and the remnants of the past. And he is quite in your face, Boogie. He is like, boom, there you go, this is it, make your own mind up. Like, with stuff like that. Juxtaposition of the sort of leisure wear and that hard background, that's quite interesting. But this is a magical structure. I love the colour tone to this. But I think, I don't want to put you off buying this, because I think you should support Boogie's work and go and look at his website and look at the other stuff he does. This reminds me of a shot by Jason Eskenazi and his travels through Russia in this sort of derelict place, and there's a sort of similarity. And there's obviously the wealth and the exclusive culture. It does feel like it's a mix of random shots and a few football matches. I mean, they are fantastic shots in here, but there's a mixture of stuff which I'm not sure about. And like this shot here, if you look at it in the edit on something else he's done, it's really powerful. It really works with other shots. And in this, I'm not really convinced that this edit is really fits his work. That's great. I mean, it's amazing. And I'm not going to show you all of it, but I'm going to show you a couple of instances what I mean by where, like, all right, we've got a shot here, right? I mean, I love this shot. I think it sums that sort of secretive side to Russia up. But this is a horizontal shot, and this is cropped vertical. And that's a shot, if I saw the way it's supposed to be laid out, I would buy it. I'd love it. But I don't get the point. Is it the hand? What's the link? Is it the colour tone? Is it the bruise in the eye? Is it the patchwork? I don't know. What's linking this shot? And there's other shots which I think are phenomenal, but are cropped again, another crop shot. And there's a few shots like this, and I don't get this book. I really don't. I think I don't get the design. I really don't. I see it's a journey. I see there's some incredible photography in it. And my only criticism is the design aspect. I just don't get it. I would love to see where Boogie takes this Moscow project. And I just question why he's put this out so early. If I presume Moscow hasn't finished, is he promoting what he's doing? Is this a sort of prequel to something much bigger? Rounded off is support Boogie, support his work. He's an amazing photographer. He deserves to have our support because of his insights are really interesting. And don't let me putting you off by not sort of being convinced with an edit in this book and why there's a certain edit in this book which is cropping the pictures off and not really showing the pictures in a narrative structure which are strong. But who am I? I might be wrong. Buy it, question it, talk about it, argue with me, but definitely go and check Boogie's work out. I'll put a link in the box. Go and have a look at his work, buy his other books. I'll review his other books when I get a chance, and they are brilliant. But anyway, thank you. Thanks, Boogie. Not sure on the design of this book.